Hi, why do people call me an artist? Because I do art. That's the only difference between me and you. If you don't do art, you're not an artist. But that's the only difference. And anybody can do art. We got to do art. Art is our lifeline in this realm. And my desire is to show you how easy it is. So I am learning new skills. No, let me rephrase that. I am remembering old skills, things that I did as a child. I am now all of a sudden doing and loving it. Okay, another thing is, you can do art anywhere. Here I am sitting in my TV room on my couch. In front of me is the little table, the kist, whatever you call it. And this is where I am doing my art in the evenings, because I watch TV, put on a Hallmark movie or whatever, a very, very low-key thing that I don't have to watch the whole time, and then here I sit and I do my art. I've got my sketchbook and I just do whatever the Spirit leads me to do. And so that is why my husband always says, why is everything full of paint? Well, this is the reason. So do not tell me you don't have space to do your art. You can do it anywhere and everywhere. So these days I am finding so much joy in gluing papers. It's just crazy. I cannot tell you how nice it is for me to just glue some papers, and you can make the most beautiful gifts, anything, just by gluing. So I've got my cold glue that you can buy really anywhere. So I usually just put it on my thing, but so today I'm just sharing my gluing with you. So here I have some photos. I even found stencils. I didn't even know I had stencils. I found them in my cupboard while I was looking for my old vintage music sheets, because that's what I wanted to do. So I bought this sketchbook. It's really not the best quality paper. So yesterday I was doing this little painting and I used lots of watercolors, and now you can see what happened to the back of my page. So easy. I just tear some paper. I bought these beautiful paint brushes. You can put water in when you're not somewhere where you have water. When you're in a car or whatever, then you can use them. You fill them up with water and they're fantastic with watercolors. But you can use any brush, really any brush. So what I do is I just apply my cold glue. I use a little bit of water. So I'm going to show you how to make an easy artwork this morning that you can do at home right now. I mean, because really I am sure you have a little brush somewhere, even if it is to put sauce on your meat, you can use that brush. So I've applied my glue, and really I am not thinking. I am using this as my whole page. So this double page is gonna be my page. So you take a piece of paper, let's say A4, whatever you have, if it's too thin, this is what you do. If it's too thin, you just add glue some paper on. I saw another woman on YouTube somewhere, and she used brown paper. She just glued lots of brown paper onto her canvas, or you don't even need a canvas, any big piece of paper. So she just glued lots of brown paper on. They weren't perfect, they were paper bags, and she just glued it on. And then she took I don't know what she used, if it was Cokie pens and she just painted some flowers on it. So this is it. So there I've glued another piece. I think so really I'm not thinking. I always say with my art, think like a child. A child really believes he can do anything. Nothing is a problem for a child. So here you can see I don't even have lots of different papers and things. I throw away. I'm not a person that keeps things. So now all of a sudden I need all these papers and things. So there's just a little bit another color in there. I got an old magazine. I'm really just gonna tear something out here. What is also beautiful to use if you really want to make just a little present quick, you use an old book, pages out of an old book. So there's just these little thing with writing on. It just gives it another texture. So I'm just continuing doing this. I'm gonna do this, the pink one. I'm just gonna put it on wrong side with the white now. So this is art. What you also can do, you can look for words that you love, and you can just glue that on. So I cannot tell you how therapeutic, or what do you call it, this is turning out to be. I am becoming like a child again. So, you know, gone are the days that you have to buy expensive presents. You just do it. So now look at this. This is just my base layer. So what I do on this, I cannot tell you how many ideas. So this is the stencil. You can just stencil something in black onto this. I saw some photographs, old photographs of my children and grandkids. You can really make something like this for somebody. Then you just can add a photo on it. Just look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at it's just different. And you put it in a frame and voila, a beautiful, unique gift. It's a photo. You can even photostat the photos. You can print it out on ordinary paper, and you can put it on a little piece of paper that you glued nice background papers on. Add that, put it in a frame and give it to a friend. It's something absolutely unique. So you don't even have to be able to draw. I told you I don't draw very well. I never practiced drawing, and that is why I'm now having my sketchbook and I am learning to draw. Whenever I see a photo or something on YouTube or Facebook or something that's beautiful, I draw it. I don't care how it looks. It's not about that. It's about practicing. It's about doing the thing. Art is not about do you do good or bad art. Art is creating something. And you know what? You get the joy while you are creating. That is when the life sources, as I call it, your joy and peace and strength that's inside you, whatever you need, wisdom, call it, what you need for this moment is already in you. And doing art, creating something, just stills your mind and just brings you into this moment. You become still. And I love this piece. Be still and know all is well. The moment you become still your mind, because your mind is always running towards the future. What if this happens? What if this don't happen? And that brings fear. And or you bring back things out of your past into this moment that brings you sadness and fear and resentment, whatever. So that is how we control our mind. That is, be still, become still. And if I can do it, you can do it. Last night I was busy in YouTube looking for something quick to do, something easy, something new. And I realized that is what I need. And I'm sure some of you also need it. Just to do something without thinking. I don't want this to put pressure on me. I don't want my art to be stressful. That is what it became. It became stressful because I was looking towards creating something beautiful. So I was working towards the end result. And I realized I've lost my joy. I've lost the magic of art. And that is, it helps you to become still. And I lost that. So now with my sketchbook and with becoming like a child again, remembering all the things that I did as a child that brought me so much joy, like gluing. So now there's sun all over my thing, and I know the video is not perfect, but once again, I just share. So I'm just gonna quickly sit here and I've got my watercolors. I think husband bought this for my daughter, my little grandchild, when she was visiting, because they were playing with my acrylics and it was crazy and everything was full of paint and it was just one huge mess. And he said, just for her to play. But believe you me, they didn't want to play with the watercolors. So I found it in my cupboard, like the stencils, and now I am using it. So I am applying lots of black, and I am just gonna add a tree to this. Once again, I'm not thinking. I am just putting some black on, and I am just drawing a tree. Not thinking, not expecting anything except joy. So I am just making some patterns. I'm just drawing some lines. And you can see my glue things are still wet. And I'm just making the tree trunk a little bit thicker. And there you have it. You know what I'm thinking? Remember the tree that the kids always have to make? and put all the grandmas and the grandpas and everything on it. Voila! This is exactly what I'm doing. So there I have a tree. Now look at this. I am now just gonna add some little flowers on it. So you just spatter some color on. My thing was still very full of black, so there comes the orange. So I am just making some flowers, or you can just tip here and there. Don't think, just add your colors. And the thing of art is, don't overthink. Don't have any preconceived ideas of how you want it to look at the end, because that just puts more pressure on you. So we are just playing. We are just releasing our creativity, the life in us, allow it to just start flowing. And now I'm just adding some flowers and ground or whatever here in front, and voila, there you have it. So you can do it with your grandkids, you can do it with your kids, and you can just do it because you need to do something to become still, something to just make you realize all is well. Love you lots, is it from Zetster's Lab. So this is how to create an easy mixed media tree. Voila, you're an artist just like me. Start having fun. We need fun. We need to laugh. We need fun. We need to become like a child again. Start to enjoy life, because that's why we're here, to enjoy, to learn, to grow, to experience new things. We've lost that. So what I see here is I will just put in a little bit more yellow. Look there, I'm just adding more yellow, very, very wet. And I am just gonna allow this to just walk a little bit, run a little bit over the page. So, you see, just bring in a little bit color. You've got a life. We just need to bring in some color, some joy. Well, now you can do it too. Go into your cupboards and search for all your art supplies. A pen is an art supply, a pencil. As I say, a paintbrush, even if it is the one that you use in your kitchen. So, sponges, flowers outside, grass, you just dip it in paint and you just, voila, there's the next idea. So see you in my next Zetster's Lab. Then we see what we can create then. Life is for the living. We got to start living.